Pluto in Scorpio is a generation that came to rip off the mask and dive straight into the shadow. From about 1983 to 95, Pluto moved through its home sign of Scorpio, and that imprinted most millennials with the collective mission of transformation, power, and radical truth. Pluto shows us the soul's desire to evolve, and in Scorpio, that compulsion is intensified. It's all about purging what's toxic, facing death and rebirth cycles, and really learning how to wield power without corruption. The shadow here can be obsession or secrecy, manipulation, even self-destruction. But the growth is emotional honesty, it's surrender, and it's regeneration that turns pain into power. And look at the culture. These kids grew up with AIDS in the headline, the Cold War ending in nuclear fear, and the explosion of conversations around trauma, abuse, addiction, psychology. They were raised on the language of the shadow. Therapy, secrets, taboos, yet also empowered through facing what others avoided. They were the first to make mental health, sexuality, and trauma part of the mainstream conversation. See, Scorpio is never comfortable. It's about cutting to the bone. Pluto and Scorpio souls are here to live that truth that transformation isn't optional, it's actually demanded. This generation has a real gift for depth, for piercing through lies, burning away denial. And at their best, I really see the Pluto Scorpio generation giving us a culture of shadow work, this sex positivity, radical transparency, and also a real willingness to confront systemic abuse. At their worst, this is a generation that can spiral into intensity for intensity's sake. Think power struggles, emotional entanglement, crises that kind of consume rather than have a point. The polarity in Taurus is really how they actualize their mission, and that's grounding in simplicity, stability, and also self-worth. Scorpio dives into the underworld, but Taurus reminds them they need roots, they need to embody, and they need to the embodiment of what is simple and enduring. So now, as Pluto and Scorpio starts to move more into midlife, the evolutionary edge is becoming the healers, the leaders, the truth tellers, who can really guide others through collective shadows without drowning in them. Their soul work is to show us that power isn't about control. It's actually about radical honesty, deep healing, and the courage to transform. Bottom line, Pluto and Scorpio souls came to strip away illusions and rebirth the culture from the inside out. And their highest octave is using their depth not to destroy, but to regenerate the world. So drop a comment if you or someone you love carry Pluto and Scorpio, and share how you've seen this generation's mission of shadow work, transformation come alive. How's that playing out in your life? How are you seeing that play out in others? And if you want to know how Pluto shows up in your chart, DM me to book a reading, and we will decode your evolutionary path. Satnam.